One of the big moments in our life is when we leave home and family to move to university. Attending university can be an unsettling experience. We can feel lonely, vulnerable, and we may begin to wonder, just what is it all about? Is it all just about studying hard to achieve a good degree and gain a good job? Or is it about the social scene, enjoying the nightlife and having a good time? Or is there more to university and more to life? At All Saints Church, we think there is much more to life, and we believe it is found in Jesus Christ, who is the way, the truth, and the life.
Well, you talk about God, but can you prove that God exists?
No, but neither can science. Just prove that God exists. Science only focuses really on a very limited part of knowledge. And proper science works with hypotheses and probabilities. Experiments are done, they point in a certain direction. On the basis of probability, science takes the next stage. That's hypothesis. Pure science doesn't do a sweeping statement, there is no God. Those people who say, like Richard Dawkins, there is no God, it's all a delusion, are really anti-Christian propagandists, polemics. I would argue he's not a proper scientist. And his views at a scientific level can be rebuffed and have been rebuffed by academics like Dr. Alistair McGrath, who's a molecular biologist at doctoral level at Oxford University, now a professor of theology, writing as a Christian. But both as a scientist and a Christian, he's able to engage with people like Dawkins who are hostile. But although I've said there's no direct proof or evidence that God exists, you can prove it like 2 + 2 = 4, there are pointers within creation. There's the natural order, the beauty, and which has a purpose other than simply to exist. It has a higher purpose. But within mankind, there's also pointers. For example, science will say you're simply a mixture of DNA and molecules. You're this bag in your sack of skin. That's you as a being. Christianity will say you're more than that. You're made in the image of God. But at a very human level, Christianity will say that you are a person. You are unique. You have a distinctive personality. You're not your brother, you're not your sister, you are who you are. You are unique. That's how God has made you. And yet you have a personality. And secondly, you're made for relationships. That you relate to other people, you want to relate, you want to love, you want to be loved. And supremely Christianity will say we're made to relate to God. God is a God of love, he's a personal God, he's a relational God. And so as we take who we are naturally and engage with God, we do actually experience God, who is the one true God. A Christian writer some centuries ago called Augustine said, "O Lord, our hearts are restless until they find their rest in you." And I think that's very true. We live in a very affluent Western society where young people in their teens and 20s have everything that money needs. And yet we have more sense of self-harm, low self-esteem, depression, despair, because people want something more than simply being a person, being a thing. They want to be a person, not simply a being. They want something to life more than having possessions. They want identity, they want purpose, and as they engage with God, who's the real God, they experience that.
Have you any further questions which you would like to ask the Reverend Dr. Bryan Follis? Or would you like to come along to one of our Christianity Explored courses at All Saints Church? If so, then just email us at this address.